Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here on this cozy Chicago day. The weather has been beautiful the past few days in Chicago. It's been about 60 degrees, which is abnormally warm for February, but I'm taking it all in because my biggest focus is training for my 7th marathon, Cape Town Marathon, which I have not updated y'all on because since my last video, which ended with me in Ghana, a lot has happened. So let's perhaps go back and then come to the present day. So while I was in Ghana, I was there celebrating my friend's 1-year anniversary of his passing, a dear husband of one of my best friends. And I'm really glad I was able to spend that time with her in addition to explore so much more of Accra and meet new people, make new connections. I actually co-led the run with R&R Wellness. They also have a skincare brand, which is so good. And Vine, which is their sister, literally, restaurant. We all met in the morning, bright and early. Well, I suppose it was dark and early, and then the sun came out and just did a 5K trot. I had the absolute best time. And I have to say, Accra, y'all know how to do it. It's really for the runners out there. The vibes were incredible. The energy was amazing. I caught up with one of my friends who have been trying to catch here in the US, specifically Chicago, for like months, if not years, and I saw him there. So that was really, really incredible just to continue to make those relationships worldwide and what running means all over the place. Also, if you have a hydrating beverage or not, take a sip. I just made my oat milk latte. I'm getting better at using my steamer. Latte art is a goal of mine this year, but sometimes when I use non-dairy milk, it's a little more challenging, but so good. Okay, where were we? Went to Ghana, had a really beautiful time there. Really looking forward to going back. The weather was everything I needed. And in those moments of my morning runs where it was humid, I was sweaty, drippy, I realized I'm not a winter run girly anymore. I have never said to myself I would prefer to run hot than to run cold, specifically for the weather. And I preferred it. Like, maybe it's just me getting older in this cold weather. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, so I'm used to the cold. Like, that is my element. But a girl has got to just move on, I think, to warmer pastures. All right, I wrote down what I wanted to talk about today because I want to make sure I did a proper catch up before we got to this moment. After Accra, I went straight to New York City to celebrate my great aunt's 90th birthday. I landed about 45 minutes to an hour ago. My landing time was really close to when my sisters are landing. We're all in town for my great aunt's 90th birthday. And the party's on Saturday, but we're going to surprise her this afternoon, which today is her actual birthday. My sisters don't know I'm waiting for them, so hopefully I can catch them before they grab their luggage and go out to grab a ride share. So I'm just waiting with my bags, which both bags arrived. In true African child, as I've been adopted culture, a bag of food for me to bring home and share. And I can't wait for Grammy to try some good eats. So my sister should be here soon. Hi, sisters!
Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday! We weren't gonna miss your special day.
When did you get that?
Just this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
And then you're out again?
Yeah, so we got back. I landed in DC.
Happy birthday.
What's up, fam? All right, bet, whatever.
Say happy birthday, Grammy.
See you did. Maybe
All right, so we can have some fish for lunch. I have snapper. Grammy's birthday luncheon.
Happy birthday, Grammy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Grammy. Happy birthday to you.
Blow.
Yay!
It went back up again. No, No, it didn't. You didn't blow it out.
There you go, Grammy.
We love you, Grammy.
That just shows you I'm not full of hot air.
In my family, I have a couple family members who've reached 90. I was too young when they reached those milestones to really appreciate and be in awe of that life milestone, especially because both my parents passed away relatively young for their age. My dad was 61 and my mom was 58, which has shaped my life since. I said I wasn't gonna cry. Which has shaped my life since. Because in their passing, my goal has been, and I admittedly sometimes lose sight of it, my goal has been health-wise and well-being-wise to live past 62, which is the age they didn't reach, and into those years healthy. So my great aunt turning 90 was just wow. And for those of you who know Grammy, she's a spicy something in New York. You know how with it she is. She's a 90 who is independent, although she lives with her daughters, but she's able to care for herself, has full mobility. She actually babysits my nephew who's 2, just turned 3. So, I mean, she is just the example of what it looks like to live a full, beautiful, vibrant, connected life into your later years. During that time, I was able to also spend time with my sisters. All 3 of my sisters came in. We were in New York together to celebrate Grammy's milestone. And it was cold. Like it was when it was negative in Chicago, I was in Accra, and then it was single digits in New York. So I definitely caught that cold weather. And yet again, I realized I'm not a cold weather girly, but it was nice to spend time with them. We continued our Thursday Pilates tradition. It's the first time we were all able to practice together. And then we just walked around the city. We moved our bodies. We sweat. How was your coffee?
It was good. It was actually a really good flat white. So strong. Not milky.
Listen, we need that because I have been without a quality espresso since I left for Ghana. And when I landed back in the States, I had to get coffee at the airport. Not my favorite. But we had coffee at Cobrick. And now our day is beginning. I can't seem to keep track of what day it is, which would make sense for jet lag. But today is Thursday.
Yes.
Today is Thursday. And we're just going to flow with the day. Today's plan is grab some lunch, go to Brooklyn, do some shopping, and then we're having dinner at Laser Wolf, which is the restaurant on the rooftop of Hoxton. But super chill, no big plans, just nice to walk around the city, even though it's cold, in the sun though. So, let's see what we find today. And New York in the wintertime, cold aside, it's really magical. It's really quiet. You're able to move around a lot more easy because tourist season isn't there. So I really enjoyed my time in New York. And then it was just back home to Chicago. Back home. Which brings me back to what I shared in the beginning, that I'm training for Cape Town Marathon. I've been wanting to run Cape Town Marathon for several years, but previously it was positioned between Chicago Marathon and New York City Marathon, making going to Cape Town in the middle of October between those two races quite challenging. They moved the race to a spring race, being Memorial Day weekend, which falls really nicely for the spring major marathons because it goes Tokyo now, London, and Cape Town. So I'm running Cape Town Marathon with Runna, so Run a Coach on the Scene, and Sports Tours. It's gonna be such an incredible experience, but I'm really, really psyched to share my journey leading up to the start line. Cape Town is my 7th marathon start line, and the training block itself has become familiar, which I can't believe I'm even saying as someone who is definitely on record saying I would never run a marathon, 100%. And I've run several longer distance races since that moment. But the training block itself is nothing new to me. The structure, I'm working with my run coach and Runna, which is a really fun way to just understanding my body from a physiological standpoint in a fueling, recovery, nutrition with my coach, and then running with Runna as my actual training. So the structure, I'm not new to. It's 16 weeks, it's a build, and then we'll have a taper, right? But it's my first training block post knee injury. So end of last April, my knee honestly has been bothering me for quite some time, and I tweaked it a little bit, got an MRI, frayed meniscus. So I took all last year off as far as after the race, summer, fall, and really rehabbed and just gave my body and mostly my brain a break from being such a rigid and structured lifestyle, that this is my first training block post knee injury and getting back into the groove. So with Lululemon, they did a campaign, which I was a part of recently, called Yet, and it's still going on. I was myself, Lewis Hamilton, Amati, which I can't even believe I just said that in a sentence, where the whole campaign is centered around chasing, working towards your yet. And my yet is I don't trust the comeback yet, meaning I spent so much time reconnecting with my body and learning how to listen and strengthening it and trusting it, that come Cape Town Marathon start line, that will be my yet, that I will show myself that I can come back stronger and achieve something that I really enjoy. So the next 16 weeks, I'm gonna bring y'all along to what training looks like for me. Not only the training itself, I think there's a lot of content and information around the actual work, if you will, what types of run, paces, those types of things. I want to share everything else around the run, what I'm eating, how I'm managing physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, especially managing all those things within my lifestyle, because the traveling is not stopping. We're actually about to ramp up quite a bit, and there's big traveling and changes and shifts coming early March, which I can't wait to share with y'all because it's coming very soon. So that's what we have on the horizon. In this exact moment, I am already 3 weeks into my marathon training, which have been uneventful. And what I mean by that is, up until this point, I haven't had any major aha moments, because even though I was not training for a race last year, I was still in some sort of structured weekly running training blocks just to stay in a rhythm. And it's a routine that I like, or I've come to like for myself. So my longest run that I have done is a 12-mile run, which is not abnormal because I did a 13-mile run at Every Women's Marathon, you know what I mean? But it has been nice to find a new rhythm in this block and having to be so much more mindful of my energy and my nutrition, because those are the two things that typically fall off for me. My sleep gets disrupted quite a bit for no reason other than I can't turn this brain off, and I'm switching time zones quite frequently. And my nutrition, it's not bad, but it could be better. And I also want to experiment with different types of nutrition this training block. So not over relying on the beige foods, the bagels, oatmeal, bread, bananas, which is nothing wrong with those things, but I want to try other things. Like I'd love to incorporate kenke, which is a fermented dough that I love from Ghana, and rice to supplement my nutrition instead of those more traditional ways that I think we hear a lot about. And then I'm also trying new gels with a caveat of one that I'm going to continue to use, which is UCAN. I love their gels. I love the taste of them. I love the consistency of them. They're a nice cut between some of the thicker gels. But this training block, I'm going to use Science and Sport, which is new to me, but I've heard really great things about. And my friends who are in the sports performance world have talked very, very highly. Jonah, I'm looking at you. So this was indirectly influenced by Jonah. He doesn't know that, but you know now. So the last few weeks of training have been pretty chill. It's been going to Cleveland and running on this sick path that's now in Cleveland called, well, I guess it's been around for some time, the Ohio Erie Canal Path. It's new to me. It's over 90 miles from Cleveland south. And I had so much fun running on it last year, the towpath in Akron, a lot of the trail area, and on the Cleveland side, it's more paved. So that was super sick to experience. And then this week, we're just in a routine. Week 3, we're just finding a rhythm, preparing for travel and figuring it all out as I go. I got a big weekend coming up. I will be out in Las Vegas for the Rock and Roll Half Marathon with Celsius. I'm leading Yoga on the Strip. The last time I was in Vegas was at the end of the Speed Project, so this is really fun to go back. Oh, and that's not true. The last time I was in Vegas was for Further. After Further, we came back and talked about our experience at the Lululemon conference. But this is fun to come back in a teaching capacity. So I'll be leading a breathe and stretch, which I did in New York City for the marathon. That was kind of like my breakout class that I pitched to them, and they really enjoyed it. So I'm coming back with Celsius to lead that for the before the half marathon on Sunday. And then I will be out in LA for a week on a very special project that will be coming live April, I believe. And then it's back home for some deep spring cleaning. So that is what I've been up to. Just traveling, running, and trying to find my footing, which it feels good. And I'm really excited for all that's to come, and I can't wait to share with y'all. So thank y'all for continuing to be here with me. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is what the vibe will always be, nice and chill. If you have any questions around my training or my travel or how I manage it all, leave it in the comments. I really love the comments y'all leave, and really, really appreciate y'all supporting me and like instilling confidence in me. This platform continues to still be new, and I'm finding a rhythm. And I know I say that all the time, but I really enjoy these sit-down chats. So until next time.